Hi there guys, welcome to another unboxing. So today we've got Uboot the board game. So I'm going to start off by saying a big tip of the cap to Phalanx, who are the publishers of this game. So last week I received my pledge, but it was in a really thin box and there was only a couple of the items in there. It didn't have the main core box or anything like that. So I complained to them. It had been stolen at some point through the UPS system before it got to me. I reported it stolen, I believe, on Friday, and I got the delivery today. So they managed to turn around the new copy of the game in 3 working days, which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So thank you so much to the guys at Phalanx. Let's get into this. So what I've done is I've actually put the contents I did receive back into this box, so as it's actually kind of a proper unboxing of everything. So what have we got? All in resin pack, a couple of packs of sleeves, an eco leather playmat, or sorry, I should say a giant eco leather playmat, some stickers, and the core box. So let me adjust the camera angle and we'll take a look. Okay, so we'll take a look at the core box first. This glare will go away when I take the cellophane off. Then we'll look at the leather mat, and then we'll look at all the resin pieces. I did actually pledge for the Deluxe plotting tools as well, so we'll have a look at those as well. Right, let's get into it. So 1 to 4 players, age 14 and up, and play time is 60 plus minutes. Let's take a look. So this has been fulfilling for a good couple of weeks already. So what I'll do is let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. Okay. 90 centimetre long cardboard U-boat model. 90 centimetres, that's a beast. 16 sailor figures, a gun miniature, another gun miniature, a coning tower piece, ship tokens, a couple of small vessels, rulebook, cardboard attack disc, whatever that is, player aid cards, player panels, crew tiles, a bunch of cards, a bunch of counters, 12 paper sheets, which are strategic maps, identification sheets, enigma code sheets, and captain's log cards. I've actually printed a load of those off of the Board Game Geek website. They've got them all on there, so you can print them as well. And then it requires the app to play it. No internet connection needed though. Okay, so let's have a look in here. Now I did notice that everything was kind of, rattling around in here. So you'll have to excuse any ideas of how this is packed. So what have we got? We've got a tactical guide. We've got a very chunky rulebook, which we'll look at in a minute. We've got, these are the sheets that I was talking about that you can print, I believe. Take a look at those in a minute. As well as I believe those are the player aids. We've got some plastic little dudes and little guns. We'll go back through this in a minute. Baggies, lovely, thank you. A lovely little dice bag. A lovely little dice bag. Oh, with a nice little pencil. Yeah, we've got a lovely little dice bag, but I'm not sure the game actually has any dice, which is weird. but I am positive we can find something in that. We've got these. These are little plastic push fit pieces that will help us to make up our dials so we can spin them round. We'll do them in a minute. So these are player cards to put our miniatures on and things like that. Help us to manage the game. They fold out, which is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. These, so our crew that we manage have a day shift and a night shift, and you flip these over depending on what they're doing. Here's our card with our 3 dials on it, although I can see that they've both fell out, but I can only find one in here so far. Let's hope it turns up in a second. Let's punch that other one out for now. Lovely. Let's punch out the centre. We've got a whole load of, we've got a couple of punch boards to punch out. So this is our protractor and ruler, of which we've got the awesome copies available. These arrows here are to make up dials, I believe. These different ones denote different types of vessels. These different coloured ones denote different minis, and I'll show you how you work that out in a minute. Fucking tons of those ones. Just found my other dial that I was missing, which is good. Here are punch boards, obviously mechanics wrenches, obviously deal with certain damage. People injured or dead, binoculars, very good. This is quite a long, complicated group of punch boards there. I'm not going to punch any of that because I haven't got a clue what it is yet. So yeah, very, 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 very awesome. Now, you might be able to see, but where this has been flying around, obviously without tying things down in the box, so that card has got a bit damaged. Let's see what that is. A card for the bridge, section 8, the bridge. I don't think it's a secret card or anything like that, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But the rest of the cards are fine. She's just got one damaged card there, which I'm not gonna, which who cares? Then I've got another bunch of cards here, some weapons, some booze, a pipe and some coffee. Right, very good, very good. Okay. Now, I think the unboxings that I do, the ones that get the most views and I think are the best received, are the ones with the miniatures on it. So I will take a look at those now, and then I will make up a U-boat and we'll have a look at it. So let's have a look at this plastic we've got in here. Right, so let's have a look at the people miniatures. Now we're gonna have a look at them. Now I've seen these before, or at least photos of these before. And I think they're not incredibly detailed, but having said that, I never expected this game to have excellent miniatures. So these are just little guys that you move around the boat or the sub in various areas. So this is not a miniatures game. This has got some little dudes denoted with different shaped and coloured bases to denote who they are and what they do. But this, I've never considered this to be a miniatures game, in as much as I don't consider Monopoly to be a miniatures game because it's got a little dog. So I think that for what our use of these guys is, I think that we got what we needed. Absolutely got what we needed. So there we go. Right, now let's have a little look, see if we can make up our boat. So our other plastic bits are two of these, but I don't know what they're for. We've got some very small ships and boats which are going to be tracked on. We've got like a little mini map that's I believe is our sonar, so we'll be able to put them on there. Well, my cat won't shut up. So those are nice. Finally, we've got some guns. So two size guns actually, which is cool. Then we have this which sits on top of our boat, which looks like it's for communications or whatever. There's some binoculars on there as well. So, and they all look nice as well. They all look good. Nothing is damaged. So I'm very happy with that lot as well. Right, what should we look at? What should we look at? What should we look at? Right, came with some sleeves. Now, I've seen in various updates and that kind of thing that apparently there is an issue with the sleeves in so much as they are very, very tight. So I will test that for you now. Yep, it looks very tight as well. Right, that is a tight fit. It's definitely a tight fit, but it is a fit. It is absolutely a fit. Now, I don't like sleeves that have got any movement when you move them around. I like them to be just like this actually. And if I look at that card is straight. It doesn't appear to be bowing, maybe slightly from that angle, but I don't know. So what people have done is they've sleeved all the cards and then they've flattened them down. And that has done the trick. So I will be doing that. Okay, so that's good. Okay. Right, what's next? So I don't really know what any of this stuff is, but we're going to have a look at it. So we've got maps here of the open sea around GB and France, with numbers on there, so I'm sure that's full. There's going to be some plotting down there and the like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. We have got the Enigma code sheet, which is used to decipher information in our Enigma machine. I don't know, I'll have to edit it out anyway. We have a couple of identification sheets, which will be whatever we see on the horizon on our app. We'll be able to work out what vessels we're looking at. Escort vessels, coastal vessel types, merchant vessel types. So that's good. Got a captain's log, and on the back we're going to record some information there as well about our, so the four characters that we play as are captains, first officers, navigators and chief engineers, and there's 2 rows here, and that is for our first watch and our second watch. And our first watch and our second watch is what we decipher on these, so we switch over and the stats are slightly different, so that's good. That's very nice. There's actually there really is a lot of stuff in this. Okay, so that's that. Here's our player aids. For some reason I don't like ripping these, but I'm going to today. So we've got our captain, our first officer, our navigator and our chief engineer. So this gives us, for captain, we've got a list of orders. We've got procedures for torpedo attacks. We've got a list of orders here as well on different ways to do it. And then a breakdown of what our player cards mean. And obviously you get that the same for all 4. I was told today that the navigator apparently is the easiest one to do. And it's the one I was most nervous about. Okay, so there's that. Here's our rule book. So the rule book is actually a bit of a beast. Has it got page numbers? 52 pages, which is it's more. Trust me, it's more than enough for me. I find it very difficult to learn rules for new games, and this will be no different whatsoever. So just in terms of how it's laid out, introduction, list of our components, all pretty standard so far. Here, oh right, this is interesting. So some of our tokens, convoy markers, are denoted with different tokens, along with the little tiny miniatures to go with it. Gameplay overview. I'm going to need that to build my U-boat in a minute. setup diagram. So the boat is 90 centimeters, so there's a bit of gap hit on either end. So you're going to need at least a meter's playing space, a meter in terms of length of the table. I'll probably say close to the same again if you're going to have 4 players. If you have 2 players, you set it up like this, except you move. Sorry, if you have 1 player or 2 players, you set it up the same as this, except you move your boat up that way and you move that player card down, so as 2 people can operate either 2 each, or 1 person can operate all 4. So our core rules. So yeah, I'm not going to go through all this, but it looks pretty well laid out. It has got our app there, some information about the app. So that's good, all looks good. There's a tactical guide as well. And the introduction, getting started at sea, so all the different things that happen when you're at sea. Friendly units, we've got wolf packs, supply ships, enemy contacts, what you do in that situation, facing escort vessels, and dealing with air patrols. So that's good. Then finally we've got a how to play, and that is broken down by the role. So the captain has got 1, 2, 3 and a bit pages of how to play. The first officer has got about a page. The navigator has got, whoa, I was told the navigator was the easy one. Navigator, you got quite a lot of reading up to do there. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 pages. And then our chief engineer, just over a page. So that looks good as well. So anyway, I'm going to shut up for a minute and I'm going to build our U-boat. This was a complete pain in the arse to put together. The punchboard quality is good. However, the cuts for where things slot in are not. So to give you an example, in this section here, the cutouts here are so big that this falls apart. And on here, this part is so tight. Is it that bit? No. Like on here, it's so tight, you end up really messing it up to get it all assembled. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue all of this together into the 3 sections, and I'm going to go over all of the exposed cardboard here with probably a dark grey Sharpie pen or something like that. So that's that. So yeah, that was an exercise in frustration assembling that, I'm afraid. But there we go. Once it's glued, it won't matter. Our rubber play mat, which I have to say is awesome. So our rubber play mat actually shows us, or it lays out a certain amount of where things need to go in the game. So you lay your boat directly over there, and it's already got a lot of the stuff laid out. So that's very good. Also, this is the upgraded one. This is what they call the Giant Eco leather mat, and it's good. Next thing I'll show you is the resin pack, which also includes our Deluxe plotting tools. So we'll look at these first because they are a wooden ruler, a wooden protractor, and a wooden pencil, and they are all branded. Okay, so there's that. let's have a look at some resin. So again, these are just upgrades, so they replace tokens in the game. So there's like a bolt of electricity there, which is cool. There's one for fire, which is nice. Here's one, I don't know what that is for. It's like a broken light. And here's one for toxic gas, which is my favourite one of them. All of these will look great if you put a wash on them, if you paint a wash on them. I think they'll all look awesome. Here are some other upgrades. What's this? Oh, so that's a life ring. Whatever that is. It looks like that's a toolbox. So look good as well. And our final resin pieces go into various locations on the ship. And these are just to pimp out whatever you would see in there. So I think that one's part of the engine room. Whatever these tanks are for. More stuff. Kitchen. That might be for the Enigma machine. And that is for your periscope. So this all looks pretty good. I must admit, I'm daunted. Oh, sorry, one last thing as well. A sticker sheet. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with these. Conveniently, there's no swastikas on there, so that's good. Very nice. So yeah, as I was saying, I must admit I'm a little bit daunted by the game. I think it might be a steep learning curve, learning how to play it. But what I'll do is, I've got a games night coming up in about 3 or 4 weeks. So I'll play it on then. I'll play it on that games night, and then I'll come back and we'll have a bit of a review maybe. If enough people like and comment on this video, I'll definitely come back and do a review. So as usual, guys, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the show, give us a like and a subscribe. If you didn't, let me know why. See you later.